Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Harvest Moon 64. I am Mick400, and after our breakfast of jelly donuts, we are going to head off to another fun-filled day of toiling for our living on the farm. And there's a horse named Echo. Echo the horse. Hi, Echo. Yes, Echo is doing great. So yeah, here's the turnips. One thing I should mention about vegetables, you can't reach the middle one at the moment. If you get a better watering can, yes you can, but at the moment, you'll never be able to reach the middle vegetable. And, you know, basically, you can get it, you just have to water it after you get all the other ones. Except that there are a few vegetables that will, they'll constantly keep growing, or they're not pickable, they're like, bushes that you'll pick the vegetable off them and the bush will still be there and just grow another one later. And those you can't the middle one you'll never really get the middle one unless you technically you can make it so that there's a space to grab the middle one, which I guess would be the best option in that case, because you're not wasting any vegetables. But at the same time, though, if you have a space so that you get, basically 3 by 3 by 3 by 2 square, if that makes any sense. If you have that gap to reach the middle one, you're still getting the same amount, though, because you're only getting, the only thing is you're not wasting one. But I mean, I guess it depends on what you want to do. Either way, though, you'll always only be able to reach 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, I think, 9 of the vegetables, as opposed to the entire. I probably miscounted. Probably only 8. Either way, though, I always like to double check my numbers by counting out loud or counting on my fingers. I know I'm a 5th grader. I can't count in my head. I blame that on complex math, to be honest. I could do that before. Complex math, because they're like, oh, well, you can use a calculator to, and yeah, these are the prices for animals. We don't have any money to do that right now. And so this is where you can buy animals and animal feed and other stuff. But yeah, I blame that on complex math, calculus and pre-calculus and all that stuff. They let you use a calculator, so I lost the ability to do simple math because it's like, well, you don't have to. You have to do all this complex math that involves proving that a triangle is a triangle, even though it's pretty clear that it's a triangle. It has 3 sides. It's a triangle. Anyway, though, yeah. So yeah, I blame that partly on complex math, and I think that calculators shouldn't be. I think teachers are letting people use calculators way too much. Sometimes you need a calculator, but I know that's part of the reason why. I mean, I could say, well, Mega, you should just know how to count. You should learn it back, and I, could, or not could, but I mean, I could have used the calculator yet less though. But if math is hard as it is, and they're saying you can use the calculator as much as you want, well, who's gonna say no to that? And we bought some more seeds so we can plant some more vegetables, which is great. We need vegetables. But yeah, when you have the planting ones of these, the ones that grow, they're only stalks, you'll never be able to reach the middle one ever, especially when you get a certain thing in the game. But either way, though, so yeah, build these squares, and you can start planting more plants. Also, I think you can use the scythe to cut down the vegetables if you really wanted to. Which also, would help in terms of reaching the middle vegetable. But I usually don't, though, because it's kind of pointless to do that. Eventually, at least with these ones, eventually you'll be able to get the middle one. So here we have our squares, and we can plant our cabbage, turnip, and potato. Again, I wanted to show off all the vegetables, so I'm going to plant all the vegetables. Gotta plant them all. Potato. But yeah, this game, I'm probably gonna, even though I haven't played the game in a while, and I honestly should, now that I'm, let's play this game, I should go back and replay Wonderful Life, because I didn't like it when, I think it's, again, because it was slow, and also because you have less options to an extent, too, because in that game and yeah, I'm so tired right now, I can't water any more of my plants because I am so exhausted. So because of this, we will head into our house to go to bed. But yeah, I can't. I think it gave you a lot to do, but at the same time, though, you had a little bit less options, and it's hard to explain. I think the fact that you had a little bit less options, and also the days were longer, and there were a lot of things I think made it a lot more complex, and yeah, I just didn't like that as much as the original Harvest Moon 64. I know there was one for the place, not the original. The original was Harvest Moon SNES. I know there was a Harvest Moon for the PlayStation as well, the original PlayStation, but and I've heard that's considered one of the best ones. I don't know. I've always liked Harvest Moon 64. Hello, circus leader, clown guy. Hello, the sewing festival will be held in the square tomorrow. Join us if you like. Okay, I will. Um, Whenever a festival happens, I usually take care of my plants real quick, and then I head off to the festival. Sometimes this is a bad thing, like for example, if you do that on certain festivals that require you to be there right away, you'll miss certain aspects. And look, our turnips are grown. Let's grab them and throw them at Shy Guy so that we can defeat Wart and save Subcon. Or just make some money, which is probably the easier of the two. But yeah, I honestly should play it though because I played it when I first got it, which was back in like 2002, 3, and I was like 13, and I was young, naive. I was young and naive. So I should go back and play it again because I'm sure I will have a different opinion of it now than I did then. So yeah, don't when I say I don't like that game, keep in mind I don't like that. I didn't like that game when I was young. Now I've been I'm probably going to eventually go back and replay the game because part of it is that part of the reason I probably haven't played it. Not only was I not that fond of it, but also I have so many games to play as it is that I haven't really had a chance to go back and play it. I never really got that far, and I never got past the first section of just getting married. I never got past that part because I just wasn't that interested in it. I know they give you a plethora of animals, though, like geese and geese. I think you had geese. Geese. Also, you had goats, I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's not that it's a bad game. It's just a game that when I was young, I wasn't that fond of. This game, though, I really did like it. I remember when I bought it, though. It was really hard to find, supposedly. Like, my mother went and got it for Christmas, and, like, it was really kind of, you didn't, this is back when you had the N64, you had the boxes, and games, they might, I think GameStop still, I think back then, though, it was EB Games for us, which still exists, but has now been bought by GameStop. I think it still exists, but GameStop, I think, owns it. But I almost feel like there wasn't even. I don't think game stores were that big, and I'm pretty sure it was pretty rare. At least I know. You walk by and you'll see, oh, this game's on a shelf. You'll see it, a lot of games displayed on shelves. It wasn't displayed that many places, so either it was rare or people just chose not to display it. But anyway, this was one of those games that it was one of the few N64 games that I got when I was young, as opposed to renting and then rebuying them later. And ironically, there is a crow outside my window, which is ironic because this is Harvest Moon. Just pretend it's part of the atmosphere of it all, and that will make you happy. But yeah, when I was young, the first Tim Crow, the first N64 game I got was Diddy Kong Racing, I believe. Either that or I think it was Diddy Kong Racing, but also Yoshi's Story was shortly after. And then this game was also one of the first few ones I got as well. One of the ones I've kept. I didn't sell any, but I mean I didn't have that many, and eventually I went on an N64 buying spree, and I got a lot of the N64 games I had now, because a lot of the time, Paper Mario, Banjo-Kazooie, and Tooie, all the ones people would consider classics, I didn't own. I only rented them. I did own, and I was looking for my horse to say hi to him. Well, I'm looking at my horse, but I don't see him. Hi, dog. I don't care about you. But I'm trying to think what other games I had. Majora's Mask was definitely one of the games I owned. Pokemon Stadium, Mario Party 1. There wasn't that Super Smash Bros., but that was because my cousins gave it to me as because they were selling their N64. But that wasn't the one I originally owned. But it was one of the ones that I had before I went on a buying spree. So, if you didn't remember what the fast food restaurant guy, or fast food mascot guy said, there is a festival today, the Sewing Festival. There's not really too much to do with the Sewing Festival at the moment, or for this year. If you go a whole year round, eventually you have the chance of being the Harvest King, and that will allow you to take part in a certain aspect of it, which we will see in a second. I'm just quickly watering my plants here. Otherwise, I'll miss a day of harvest. There is no rest when you are a farmer. I mean, I could rest, but I just started farming. I need to make sure to get my to build up my funds. Because what I want to do soon is buy a chicken, because chickens will help with their eggs and they'll help in increasing my money funds. And I really love the music of this game too. The soundtrack is pretty awesome. The one thing that could be annoying is every time you go past a screen, the music cuts and changes, especially when it's the same song. But you know, you get used to it. So yeah, the Sewing Festival. This year's king is the potion shop dealer, who I never go to. Please sow the seeds. Okay, good luck. So yeah, he's going to spread seeds. Making such an old man do it, but you got voted the king. You didn't have to be king. And he is going to choose an assistant, his grandchild. Hey, Stu. Stu? Is it 4 a.m. already? Where's the chocolate pudding? So these are Stu and Kent. They are the potion shop's grandchildren. They're just kind of annoying, honestly. I don't really care about these guys. Let's go. And they're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard. Or no, technically they are the wizard, and they can stop the balloon. Dorothy must use her. No. So now you can talk to people, and they all have balloons, which will have seeds attached to them, and their seeds will they'll float the balloons up, and they will scatter the seeds. Yeah, the wind tears the bags and scatters the seeds, while the balloons are in the air. You know, it's kind of interesting. This is like a small town where festivals, everyone knows your name, and festivals are, you know, big things, and there's this kind of backwards compared to our society now. You know, I really like this game, though. Grass seeds. You're such a farm nerd, and it's no fun being the elder brother. Didn't you just tell him to go? Or what are you complaining about? Why is it no fun? I'm the eldest brother of my family. I find that pretty awesome. At the same time, though, you have to experience everything for the first time, and nuts. Okay, wait, nuts. Wait, no, nut isn't. She say a nut seed? Nuts are. There's no nut seeds. Nuts are seeds themselves, I believe. You don't grow nuts. Silly girl. You're the last one. Is it okay to give the sign? I've talked to everyone, so no, there isn't. Okay, everybody, let the balloons fly. Goodbye. And that's the end of the festival. Oh, look at the awesome cutscene. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. This has been Made for Hunter reminding you, balloons.